All right, here we go. We are off and running. It's Monday, baby. I'm Emerson Latzia. Oh, Colin Sherwin. So damn good to have you here, baby. Jeff Ulrich.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say
everybody, but you're clearly excited. You're clearly a little hot and bothered right now.
Oh, very hot and bothered. The Phillies are in the World Series. UCF is probably going to be bowl eligible.
Oh, they're frauds. UCF's frauds. I hate them. Let's not get into that. Actually,
were you gonna come down here to see your alma mater at if College Game Day if they just beat a team that they were supposed to pummel and didn't lose by 3 touchdowns at home?
Absolute joke. Whatever.
Yeah,
we'll get into that later, dude. I'll text you later. I already sent a mini emotional text to Jeff Ulrich last night. I was ready to jump off my building in a Mark Brunell jersey after what happened to the Jags yesterday. And I'm like, Jeff, I love you. And Jeff's just like, I love Lamp. And I'm like, you're not helping me.
Oh, man. Look, you got Travis Etienne, you got Trevor Lawrence. Just calm down. You're good.
You nailed that call yesterday, too. Like, he kicked ass, and you should have had that extra touchdown where he said to fumble in the end zone at the 1 yard line.
He should have had another 40 yards if Jacksonville's just could have stopped Daniel Jones from running for 60 yards. Dear Lord. Anyways, we don't need to talk about that.
Dude, how about James Robinson? He's just MIA now. He's done. But that's incredible comeback story. Week 1, couple touchdowns, coming back from the Achilles, wherever the hell it was. And then, it's just he didn't get a single, had one touch.
I mean, it's a smart move. Etienne is the guy. He's 8 yards per carry the last 2 weeks. That is what you're supposed to do. You give the best players the ball. You don't waste touches on.
He's a first round pick. Yeah, you're exactly right.
It just didn't work out for them with the win, but fantasy purposes, man, if you got someone in your league who is maybe thinking they're going to sell high on Travis Etienne, go buy him. He's going to smoke the rest of the year. Absolutely.
So, all right, we have some news. We have some news today. So just like a moment ago, I think producer Eamon said, so JC Jackson's out for the year. Dude, the Chargers, I didn't realize it. I was a little foggy.
Yeah.
Man, I had too many beverages yesterday. So I was missing some of the big news of the day. And then until this morning, I'm like, damn, half of the Chargers roster got injured. Yeah. Mike Williams is going to be probably out for a little bit as well. So JC Jackson dislocated his kneecap. He is out for the season. It's a ruptured patellar tendon, according to Ian Rappaport. For that, news today, Colts, Matt Ryan, bench for the rest of the season. Injured his shoulder yesterday, Jeff.
Yeah.
They said, though.
Sure he did.
Head coach Frank Wright said he was going to make this move anyway.
Yeah.
To, what's his nuts out of Texas? Ellinger.
Yes. What's his nuts? Sam Ellinger. Look, Sam Ellinger was at one point being touted as a potential first round draft pick, high up.
Yeah, and Colin knows that well. He's a college guy.
Yeah, Colin have more insight here, but just the Matt Ryan thing quickly. It's pretty telling that they said rest of the season. It's not your bench. It's we're good. We've seen what we have.
Yeah.
So clearly going to Ellinger, and I would not be shocked if my guy. Well, I mean, Nick Foles is getting a start at some point because that's just what he does. But Matt Ryan experiment, one and done here. Just another terrible move by the Colts, just to think that they could do it with a retread. It's Ellinger, interesting. He can move around a bit. He's looked okay in preseason, as I said. At one point, he was a real high-end prospect, and I don't know if Colin, you got more to add, but you probably do because you know college football quite well.
Yeah, Sam was more of a dual threat guy in college, especially in the system that he was running. So we don't have a lot of him as a traditional pocket guy, which I know I'm an Eagles fan, so I've seen Frank Reich offenses for a while. I mean, I don't necessarily think that's a total fit, and I'm not really sure how the Colts will sort of interplay that. But if they're looking for a guy who can just sort of do some things and move around the pocket and not get hit behind a bad offensive line, that's kind of what Sam Ellinger does. He's not a world beater with his arm from the pocket for sure. But I think if you're looking for, and it seems like the NFL is also sort of going to that college style where it's okay, pocket breaks down, just take off and go. And if that's what they're asking him to do and it's not too much, yeah, sure. He can definitely be a factor. Can't be worse, right?
No, but it is interesting because I totally forgot Nick Foles was on that team, Jeff. And was it right? His quarterback coach when they won the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah. With the Eagles. And Ellinger, I think it's definitely like Colin said, it can't be worse. it is bad news, I think, for their receivers. Like the Alec Pierce story may be dead here, at least until next year. Alec Pierce is a good receiver as well, but like,
second round pick.
Even Pittman, I mean, I don't know about these, like, these 10 reception games anymore. It's going to be dicey. Ellinger could show us something, but like, I definitely, if I had Pittman right now, I'd probably be trying to trade him, probably for Travis Etienne.
Yeah. Okay. That's not happening. So, wait, is it Ellinger or Ellinger? I don't know. I
College.
We know
college it was Ellinger. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes like,
Mitch
Trubisky in college was actually a pretty decent quarterback, but then Mitchell Trubisky went to the NFL and that guy sucks. So like, sometimes it's just sort of guys change their name and it comes one way or the other. You never know.
Yeah. He was really good. And like, Jeff, what was that, Madden 2020 when we first started calling Madden games here on the stream? Like everyone knew to roster him. He'd run for 100.
And Mitch, I mean, he
was,
It's terrific. Yeah, I just don't know why we can't get back to that. I just wish these coaches had just watched the Madden streams for a couple minutes and they'd realize, but whatever.
Yeah, Daniel Jones in real life is the Madden Mitch.
Yes.
That's the Madden Mitch in real life after yesterday, him looking like Michael Vick against the Jaguars. I don't think the odds moved at all either for like division or either for also for Super Bowl once they made that move today, once that was announced. But you've already mentioned probably what the fantasy impact's going to be there, Jeff. So it kind of sucks for a lot of those dudes, some of those damn good wide receivers who are probably sitting on a lot of people's season-long rosters too. And they're like, son of a bitch, this is going to suck.
It could definitely suck. But the thing is too, I don't know how long, like we'll see Ellinger I mean, like he could legit get one game and just stink so much of like, okay, we're going to give you a chance to, decompress and start Nick Foles. I do think that there's probably a good chance that you'll see Nick Foles. Nick Foles would be much better for those wide receivers. So yeah, if you got to hold on to them, maybe you sit them for a week or something, but I'd be kind of shocked if Ellinger started every game from here on out, but if he plays well, he will. I mean, so.
All right. So who the hell is going to start tonight for Monday Night Football?
I don't know.
Dude, seriously. Cause
I know.
It was like Mac Jones is inching closer, and like reports yesterday, like we talked about on the show, I was like, looks like Mac's gonna start. Then all of a sudden, like it started this morning with like Scott Zolak, former Patriots quarterback, who's on the radio around here, was mentioning, I don't know, man, it could be like Zappy, and everyone's like, okay, he probably has some kind of information. Now, like more reports are coming out that Zappy got more extended work with like the ones on Friday and Saturday. Like, I don't know, but a question for you, Jeff. Would it change the way, or how would your approach to betting this game change, if at all, depending on like whether it's Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi under center?
There's just question marks with both, right? Like we don't have a large sample size on Zappi.
Wait a minute, sir. You're telling me the pride of Houston Baptist University or the University of Incarnate Word or whatever FCS school he was at, and then the 1 year where he threw for 890 million yards at Western Kentucky, this is not enough of a sample size on a guy to be an NFL starting quarterback on Monday Night Football?
Won his 2 starts, Jeff, so far. He has completing 73% of his passes. It took him like 3 games to match what Mac Jones's best game was last year, like statistically. I don't know why everyone around here gets so butthurt when people are excited about this young quarterback, Bailey Zappi, and they're like, no, Mac Jones, the future. It's like, dude, this crap happens like all the time. Like, relax, just have Zappi fever, enjoy it, and realize he's the better quarterback.
I didn't know I was on the show with Bailey Zappi's mom and dad. Look, I mean, Colin's got a point. Like he came in and he's played well. I'm just trying to be Mr. Realistic here.
Yeah.
And before I was interrupted, I was going to say, I think that I like the Bears at +8 tonight, but I like the Bears at +8. Part of the reason is because Mac Jones, I thought was going to start because of that injured ankle. And I think that the Patriots were just going to be more conservative and give, there's more scenarios where Fields could come in with the backdoor cover. Zappi, I agree. Like, I think that the Patriots have a better chance to win just this week with Zappi. Jones coming in, still a bit injured, hasn't got the full reps. To me, that opens up the door a bit more for the Bears. So I would be less bullish on my Bears +8 with Zappi. That's where I was gonna kind of lean towards.
Yeah, I don't understand why they would even if it's even a small question mark.
Yeah.
And they obviously like.
I think it's a delicate situation, right? Like Mac Jones is the guy. Like they wasted a first round, didn't waste. They used the first round draft pick on him. And if he's ready to go, you should just be going there. Any hesitation, be like, well, Zappe played well.
Yeah.
It just like, then it's like, well, there's a quarterback controversy. So it's weird. Like, I agree. Zappe should be kind of like your best choice of winning tonight, but like, you've got to kind of balance what's going on. And there's definitely politics involved here. So,
I mean, I have a thought.
What?
Like,
ahead,
having watched Bailey Zappe, like probably more than most, because why not? Although I didn't love that Western Kentucky team because their defense was a sieve. But like I've seen a little bit of Bailey Zappe. Why are we just not betting over here? Because that guy's going to try and throw the ball into windows, and he's either going to get picked off and they're going to run it back for 6, or he's going to do it himself and he's going to score. Like this, it's just, I know the weather's crap, but like, I mean,
what is it? What is it? Is it still? Is it? What was it? 40 earlier today?
It's 40. Yeah.
Oh, that's low.
It seems low, doesn't it? Like,
But
I mean, look, I was 0-1 bet in the NFL this weekend. I went Bucks first half, and thanks Mike Evans for dropping like literally the ball was.
Oh my God, that was ridiculous.
I mean, it was I was so gross. But like, I mean, it's not like I'm smashing NFL lines every week, but like from somebody who's watched Bailey Zappe play, like, look, that kid, he ain't scared. He's a lot of things. He may not be huge. He may not be able to like, be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, but he ain't scared. So he'll go in there and fire the football. That I can promise you.
Yeah, like I do agree. Like I look at the under, Jeff, and say, okay, it comes off as a decent play here, but maybe go like a little lightly, because I know the Bears, looking at their numbers, so they have scored 19 or fewer points in 4 of their 6 games overall. Defense has yielded 20 or fewer points in 4 outings. But lately, based off what Connor was saying, or Colin rather, with Zappe at the helm, like this offense has been a juggernaut. It has.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, they've gotten their run game going. Obviously, they've Jacoby Myers, really good possession receiver. Devontae Parker can still do stuff on the outside against some. Well, I mean, the Bears corners are a little bit better this year, so there's reason. I mean, like, the weather doesn't look too bad, although you guys could give me more insight into that. I mean, it's a little bit cool, but it's not windy from what I'm seeing.
No.
So
it's just moist.
Moist is fine though. I mean, like, unless you've got football players made out of sugar, then they'll just melt. But from what I've understood, that's not the case. So I think that that's right. I think that we'll be okay. I think that you're onto something. I mean, and the other thing is, like, the Patriots defense, it's getting a little bit overrated. Like, they blitz a lot. That could mean Justin Fields takes off with his legs. I like the matchup for Darnell Mooney on the other side as well. So, the worry here is the Patriots dominate the ball and they sack Justin Fields into oblivion. And it's like 24-3. And Zappe doesn't have to do much, or whoever's starting doesn't have to do much. That's the worry. And that's why I'm laying off the total. But it's a low total. And like, if someone wants to go over, I don't have a strong lean here. It's not really my favorite play, but just because I just think there's so many variables involved with the Bears offense that I just don't really want to touch it. But yeah, Colin's got the angle makes sense.
And like, the more I think about it though, it's like, offense has been a juggernaut with Zappe at the helm, but that's also against like the struggling Browns and Lions too. So you got to take that with like,
you're relying on the
like
Bears.
Chicago has a legit D, right?
Yeah.
It's a legit D.
Well, it's okay. The problem with the over is that you're relying on the Bears to get like 14 points. That's the big problem. But Justin Fields will move the ball. So
that's why you're captaining him.
Yes.
That's why you're captaining him in DFS tonight. Yeah. Okay.
So it looks like Bailey Zappe, 596 career yards already, 4 touchdowns and a pick. 8.5 yards per attempt. Like, I mean, I'm going to assume this is a lot of mop-up duty, right? I mean, 2 starts, but
no. He's 2-0 in his 2 starts, and when
he was 2-0 starter, yeah. I mean, but no mop-up, just the one game.
Yeah. And it was good. Wait, didn't he come in the game against the Packers? Right?
He did.
Yeah,
he did. 10 of 15,
just about one. Yeah,
in that one, and through a TD. But Detroit and Cleveland, like, take what you can from that, but like, hey, and did we not watch Matt Castle go like 11-5 one year when Brady went down? Like,
they missed the playoffs that year too, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Like they
Think
lost
so,
like
yeah.
a tiebreaker with like Miami or something. I don't know.
One
It's
of
just
the-
ridiculous.
It's like one of the only times the team's gotten to that level of wins and not made the playoffs.
Yeah.
No.
Effing crazy.
For what it's worth here, guys, like we still have Mac Jones props up, which is usually a pretty big tell. The fact that books haven't taken them down. So I don't know. I would probably say it's probably going to be Mac Jones starting, but it is the Patriots. If there's any team that's going to like pull a fast one here, it's definitely going to be them.
Yeah. It's like Bill's going to coach another 20 years when this turns out to be another like Bledsoe Brady situation and Zappy.
He's something. Could you imagine? I mean, he's looked like, I like the way he's looked. Like he's definitely ready for the pro game. It feels like, so interesting spot here. I mean, who knows what could happen over the offseason? We see quarterbacks moved a lot more often these days than before. So
yeah, no, it's
how do you bench a guy with 24, 34, 309 and 2? Oh, he's on a contract that's probably paying him like couch change. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he was a high pick.
Yeah.
Go with the kid. Let him out there.
I just think if Mike Jones is like, if there's a question, he's not 100% healthy, like, don't freaking throw him out there. You don't need him against the Bears. Like, Zappy can beat the Bears for you tonight, just like he has with the Lions and the Browns past couple weeks.
It's yeah.
But
if there was like any injury issue with Mac Jones, the Patriots should just be saying, well, you just take a week off, take one more week off. Like that's kind of what you feel they should be doing, and then just going with Zappy. But I don't know. It like I said, the props are still up. Generally, the book's really quick on this. So until those come off, you got to assume it's Mac Jones.
Okay. Anything else you want to throw out real quick, Jeff, before we touch on some golf?
Yeah, for sure.
Anything for tonight? Anything else? That's it.
For the
I was saying if you had any more, you got to prop it. Any other last minute like advice here?
Yeah, I mean, I like Darnell Mooney in the spot. I think if you're looking to take like a bigger shot on a player tonight, I mean, Darnell Mooney's alt lines are interesting. Again, like the Patriots blitz a lot. It's going to leave Mooney open downfield, perhaps in one-on-one coverage. You look at what the Patriots had done: 100 yards to Lazard, 74 yards to Donovan Peoples-Jones. I kind of like these alt lines on Mooney. He had 4 100-yard games last year. At some point, he's going to pop for like probably a big game. I think it could easily be tonight. Again, no wind out there. Yeah, give me some alt lines here. I'm gonna be on that on Darnell Mooney.
All right, boys. Congrats to Rory McIlroy, number one in the world now. Once again, 8th or 9th time I think he's been in this position. Anywho, winning the CJ Cup. This week's field is like the complete opposite of it. I just I loved our segment this morning on the Sweat because we're going through these guys, and you two are just like, yeah, I don't know. Because this is like, who the hell are these golfers? We don't know what to expect, which is why, Colin, I liked your advice where it was like, just see who's kind of stroking it well on Thursday, Friday. And this is one of those events where maybe it's more heavy on the live betting than like these few days leading up to it.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm going to have some guys that I think can putt it well circled, but I'm going to check out the stats after the first 2 days and see what we got. Look, some of these guys are making their PGA Tour debut here. I mean, not too many, but a couple. And that's enough where, like, if you're a Corn Ferry guy or, an amateur that's been given an exemption, or like, and believe me, they were firing these exemptions out there for this field coach. They were, if you have looked at a trophy in your golfing career, you probably sent a letter to our friends at what is it, Butterfield Butterfield?
Butterfield. Whatever.
What the hell is what does Butterfield do? Is this like a turkey?
Got to be some in the dairy department. I just my feeling there, but
for sure. Like, I mean,
Butterfield that's the turkey brand.
No, it's Butterball.
Oh, okay.
I was making a joke. Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
went over real well.
So it went way over.
Producer Eamon will Google it for us. I know he's going to do that.
We'll get it in there.
Producer Eamon's going to that pathetic game today. He doesn't care about what we're talking about.
So, I mean, I just think there's plenty of opportunity. Like, you can look at the numbers, and I think the odds board here pretty much lines up with what you'll find in, like, data golf references and resources, and they're gonna, pet these guys. Like, for example, now with McCarthy, we were both saying that this morning, like, he can putt it a little. The price is certainly not great, but like, he's ranked, top 50 in the world in OWGR. But like, if you look at his advanced numbers, they're not great. You know what I mean? Like, there's just there's not a lot of spots here this just seems like a really good, like, go watch some golf this weekend. Go watch some guys that are eventually going to be on the PGA Tour at some point. Keep an eye on the stats, keep an eye on the numbers, because you might be moving the numbers faster than the books do. And so if you're doing that because you're paying closer attention than the algorithms and whomever is like sitting there clicking some buttons in Boston or Nevada or wherever it might be, you might have a bit of an edge this weekend. So keep that in mind. That, you know, I would say that some guys that are doing like the mass betting, like I've talked to some folks that are into some big, like, you know, running 50,000 sims per tournament and stuff like that. And guys like that, they've probably got a better edge this week than me trying to handicap with, like, you know, data, but not quite as much data as those guys have. I think they've probably got a little bit of an edge, and they're probably taking some shots on some 80 to 100 guys that, like, Jeff and I don't know. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, if you're just taking to the top of the board here, kind of is what it is. And, like, you know, Luke Donald, we all know Luke Donald, you know, with Henrik Norlander, there's a name you recognize, but like Chad Ramey, Aaron Batterley, like, I don't think he's exempt. I don't know how he got here. I guess, like, I don't think he kept his card last year. So, like, how are these guys getting in this field? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Oh, by the way, breaking news. So it sounds like Mac Jones will start tonight, according to Albert Breer.
Yeah, there goes all the fun.
There you go. I mean, Ulrich called it.
It does make this game less fun, but yeah, again, the fact those props were up there, it was probably never really that big in doubt.
Right, just Jeff, quick. Who's your guy? Who's your guy right now?
Yeah, because first of all,
it's these kind of tournaments, Jeff. Can you get a little more weird, or are you more like a like a Colin where you're like, just leave it alone and go enjoy your weekend?
Well, no, I mean, I was going to say, Colin made a great point. This is a great event for live betting because, you know, some of these guys might start off a little slow, but if you can catch, you know, if some dude takes a lead, like anyone who gets a lead here in Thursday or Friday, they're going to be easily fadeable because look at this field. I mean, there's no elite players here. There's no Rory at the front of the field you have to fade. Like, so you watch guys who are maybe just hanging around, and if they get hot and they start to get in a groove with the putter, those guys you're going to want to jump on. It is a great event for live betting. Absolutely. That's a great call. Now, with that said, I definitely have some names here. I think they're a little bit undervalued just in terms of like who's in front of them. My boy Yager, who I brought up earlier this morning, man, the more I dive into this tournament, like, he's great around the greens. His approach game has been better. He's fifth in birdie or better percentage in this field. Like, he should not be bet a bigger number than like Justin Lower or even Mark Hubbard in this field. So he's played great of late, like comparative to this field. Aaron Rye at 3,500 as well. He's won on the Euro Tour. Like, he's beaten legit players there. That's a good number for Aaron Rye. So those are kind of the two players I'm really looking at there. And they're both shorter hitters. Really not going to be a disadvantage at all this week. I'm going to give you a veteran too at plus 8,000. I actually really like this play. Scott Piercy, 4-time winner. He's won basically all his events on shorter courses. The last event he won was a Robert Trent Jones course, which is what we're getting here. He had like 6 events. Scott Piercy had the lead in Minnesota on the back nine, like by 3 shots. He didn't win, but like, I mean, he's not in that bad form. That's a really big number in this field. So those are 3 guys I've already bet. And then I'm going to give you a real long shot here. Akshay Bhatia. Where are you here? I don't even know what his number's at. I'm going to have to go.
Is he down there with John Daly and like the local politician?
He is. He is definitely down there. He's plus 20,000. This guy won in the Bahamas on the Korn Ferry Tour last year. He's a phenom. Okay. He was like turned pro at like 17, skipped college golf. I'm telling you, in this field, Bhatia could just absolutely pop up and get right in the mix. He is talented enough to do it. He's only plus 2,000. If he's up there, you're going to really regret not putting a couple bucks down. So that's a player I got my eye on at the bottom of the board.
So I really like your Piercy. And
makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Like,
it really does. But here's the thing. Like, I mean, look, maybe you get him and then you fade him because like that 3M Open was maybe the biggest choke job of the PGA Tour last year. Like, yeah, here's his rounds. 65, 64, 66. I think he had a 3-shot lead in the clubhouse on Saturday and fired a good old 76, and including like, I think he went out and like, or he came in like 42 or something like that, something obscene, to blow that. Yeah, I mean, but Piercy like sets up well. And by the way, that was huge for him too, because like he was on the bubble to like not even make the top 125. So he was basically playing with the pressure of the world on him. He did not end up extending his card. He did make the top 125, but he barely had to eke out. And I think he actually had to get even scraping a few more points in the last event of the year just to make it. So Piercy's definitely a guy who would seem to set up well for this course. I like Jaeger as well. And this would normally be a diss, but for a player to win this event, here's his last four. T40 at the Fortinet, T30 at the Sanderson Farms, T44 at the Shriners, and T40 at the Zozo. You'd normally go, that's not very good. But in this event, that's not terrible, and he's got putts it pretty well. So I like that as a chance. I like that as a play as well. I mean, if you're making cuts, if you're making cuts on a regular PGA Tour event, you're probably in the hunt for top 20 this week.
Yep.
Very true. All right, boys. We got to go. That's it. I mean, we would have had more time if it wasn't for an overtime Madden game. But you know what? It's Monday. It's just the start. We're going to have a
Mac
great
Jones
week
and not
together.
Zappy. So, I mean, the whole
I
air
know.
has been let out of this show. I mean,
That was a Buzz Zappy kill.
Wow.
Jeff made 4 of those this morning on the show. I gotta go. Samir's bullying me now through text because we're supposed to play in the DK golf tournament tomorrow. And he's like, I'm gonna pick you up at 7. I'm like, that's way too early, bro.
Wow.
We tee off at 9.
Who's hosting the sweat? Not you.
Jesse.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Jesse is. Yeah, it should be interesting.
What course you playing, buddy? Where you
I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I know nothing. All I know is I still have to pay to do it. But the money's going to charity. So everyone in DK, the whole field, it's gonna be great. And I get to MC the cornhole tournament afterwards.
Oh, well, that's a free roll. There you
I
go.
get a little lubed up, have a couple bevies.
Sounds like a good one, buddy.
Nice crisp fall afternoon. I don't know, guys. We'll see. We'll see if I have enough time.
It's like a tough
Love y'all. I appreciate
life, buddy.
it. Thanks for hanging out and spending some time with me. Thanks, Eamon. Enjoy the game tonight, man. AC on the 1s and 2s. Adios, amigos. See you, everybody. Sweat tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock Eastern time.
No Emerson.